Brian Flores. His name hasn't come up once in this hiring cycle. Vikings defensive coordinator before that, Miami Dolphins head coach. He's got a lawsuit too, along with Steve Wilks, the 49ers defensive coordinator, who has been interviewed or will be interviewed a couple of times, and Ray Horton, who's currently out of football altogether. He most recently was the coach of the USFL's Pittsburgh Maulers. They went away in the merger between the USFL and the XFL, and I don't think Horton's working anywhere right now. As to Flores, is he going to get head coaching opportunities? I'm surprised that the Steelers hired him a couple of years ago, right after the lawsuit was filed. I'm surprised the Vikings made him defensive coordinator. Both teams did something that goes against what you expect the natural inclination to be, because there's so many candidates for these jobs. It's easy to say, well, we're looking for this, we're looking for that. You can throw a rock and get somebody who's qualified to come in and run a defense or be a defensive assistant. Vikings did the right thing, looking past the lawsuit and hiring Brian Flores to be the coordinator. Will other teams do the right thing and look past the lawsuit and give Brian Flores consideration to be a head coach again? The easy out is to say that the Vikings fizzled down the stretch. They lost 4 in a row and I believe 6 of their final 7, just like the Eagles. It's not the kind of thing that propels any member of the staff into serious consideration for jobs in the current cycle, but it's something to keep an eye on. In that case, it just shows you how slowly this moves. The Gruden case was filed November of 2021. And just last week, they had oral arguments before the Nevada Supreme Court on the question of whether the case is going to be forced to arbitration or play out in open court. More than 2 years later, we still haven't resolved where this case is going to go forward. Same thing with Flores and Wilks and Horton. Case was filed February 1, 2022. Here we are, January 17 of 2024. And we still haven't gotten a final and conclusive ruling from the presiding judge, who was asked to reconsider the original decision on which claims get carved out for arbitration, which claims get carved out for litigation in open court. A preliminary decision has been made that sends some to arbitration and allows some to go to court, but there was a request made, at least by the Flores camp, if not by the NFL, to reconsider that ruling. And I haven't seen a resolution of that. Maybe there has been, because I've been so caught up in what's happening in the NFL, but I think I would have seen it by now, because there would have been statements issued by the lawyers, and the lawyers representing Flores typically will send me a statement if it's good, bad, or otherwise for their client, and the NFL will send out statements as well if they get what they consider to be a good outcome in court. So that's that. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.